IFF's Berkeley 9 Porch Fest Showcase on Saturday, May 12th. Why 9? Because there's 9 bands playing all afternoon, and because it's at 9 Berkeley Street in Somerville.
Any place, anywhere!
24 hours, baby.
Hey, I'm Pat B.
I'm Adam Willis.
And I'm just Johnny.
And this is the Geek Down on WEMF Radio.
Forward bionically.
Truck Jewel. Intro makes me feel good every time. Hold on a second. Tom, I got beef for people. You know what, man? I start off on an angry note. I'm going to mellow out this week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMF. I am Pat B.
You are, yes.
In the house, I turned to my man B Rabbit. Black Adam Willis.
So I didn't realize how bad I was doing the whole Eminem thing with the hoodie and the hat, and then you pointed it out. But yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, man. You know, I will say it's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
A Caucasian can't wear a hoodie and a scully anymore.
You can't anymore without getting picked on a little bit.
Yeah, just done. You're
trying to keep us down, man. Every time.
Yes.
You don't know the kind of impression I go through just by trying to get dressed every morning.
Such an underrepresented minority. All right, and over here he's keeping silent because he knows this is just a landmine, just a hotbed of what's this look you're giving? I'm talking, of course, about Just Johnny.
Yo.
You were giving this frightening, creepy. Seriously, I saw the movie Truth or Dare. He's got that weird ass grin with the. Yeah.
I didn't go see that one after your review. Sorry.
No. Good. Respect yourself. Don't bother. Mm-hmm. But ladies and gentlemen, we have an action-packed, fun-filled show for you. As always, we have reviews out the waz. We have an interview with Nonye Brown West coming in later on. And man, I'm gonna get right into the nitty-gritty of good stuff because man, baby.
It's a pretty big movie came out this week. We got to talk about.
Indeed, Pootie Tang 2. Let's talk about
finally. Chris Rock is finally doing some decent stuff. Yeah.
No, of course I'm talking about Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
Dude, it has been 10 years in the making. I have been so jazzed and pumped for this. How about you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yes.
I love how you stalled for a second there too.
Like, I was thinking something maybe to. No. Yeah, I have. I haven't loved every single step of the way with Marvel like a lot of people have, but I was legitimately excited for this. Yeah, okay. I'll give it that.
Well, a few missteps with the Marvel properties.
Well, there's bound to be, there's bound to be a few missteps. I didn't, but they pulled themselves out. Like the first two Thor movies, I wasn't a huge fan of, and then they made Ragnarok, and I was like, okay, this is great.
That's the thing, though. I like the first Thor movie. The second one, you're right, hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
Just
hot garbage. I'll give the first one like a passing grade, but the second one I was like, okay, this character I don't care about. Then Ragnarok came out, I was like, whoa, all right, what are you doing? This is great.
Ragnarok's like, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'll give you a little, just spring a little on you.
Yeah, man.
You know what's wild though, because we're talking, of course, about Infinity War, and I will say that the effects in this were amazing. A lot of stuff blew my mind when I saw them. I thought it was very beautiful. But after that, I went back and watched the first Avengers movie and the first Thor movie. The Avengers was intentional. The first Thor movie was just because it happened to be on TV and I had some time.
Right.
And dude, it was the effects have gone. And the effects in that one were good, but we've gotten so far beyond that point where it was just like, looking into the past, like I see every bit of CG interference here.
Yeah.
And
that progression, because this one, it had to be on point because Thanos, of course, is basically the only character that gets the most screen time. You know what I mean? Of any character. There's so many to it's bouncing around in this movie to try to give everyone their due. But Thanos is that one character in this movie who's pretty much dominating the film, and he's all CGI.
He is,
and so if it's not good, the movie by virtue of like how it is not going to be a good film. And he looks great. I thought, you know what I mean, the character that had the way they did it was great.
Thanos played by Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. This is the summer of Josh Brolin, by the way. He's got Deadpool 2 coming out, and he's got Sicario 2.
They're finally doing that Goonies sequel as well.
Right. So, but that's 3 huge movies that he's in within like 3 months of each other. You know what I mean? So Josh Brolin finally getting his time in.
Well, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, man.
Seriously.
Well, I have no idea. He could be
I hear he's great though, but
no, he's talented as.
Yeah,
a very, very skilled actor.
Yes.
I'll leave it there.
Yes. And I want to recap this, but I don't know where to start.
Dude, you know what,
all
man?
These movies, like it's this giant culmination of everything that's, like you said, over the last 10 years with a dozen or so characters. You know what I mean? All coming together, and it does suffer sometimes through that trying to get enough people that you like screen time.
Well, people are close to it, you know, so they're gonna want to see their.
They all got their favorite characters, and they want to like, okay, you know, it's like you get it for maybe 5-6 minutes, and then like you won't see him again for 40 minutes.
Well, the only one that ever did it entirely right was Deadpool, when I saw my man Hydra Bob get some screen time, and I'm like, of all the characters, yes,
you need that.
All right, but no, keep it general, keep it like fairly overview, like you're talking to somebody who's unfamiliar with all of this, like you're breaking it down for just Johnny.
Yeah,
the ultimate unfamiliar audience.
Well, I don't even think I'm gonna break it down. I think the people who, if you don't know what's going on, this is not gonna be the movie for you anyway, right?
Well, no, I mean this has become the cultural zeitgeist that everything's gonna be put up against now.
Right.
Like,
so
it's gonna be.
If you watched anything Marvel over the last 10 years, there's something for you in this, unless you're a Hawkeye fan. Because I think he got grounded or something.
Clint Barton, we hardly know.
Yeah,
and that's not a spoiler. It's just saying that Jeremy Renner was. I don't know if he wasn't invited back.
I don't know what the deal is, because I was thinking the whole time, I was like, I'm gonna see like an arrow come out of nowhere, and it's gonna be him. He's gonna show up.
That would have been kind of cool,
right? You know, so I kept thinking it was. It's not a spoiler to say Jeremy Renner is not in this thing. Paul Rudd is not in this thing,
and they weren't in the advertising. I was hoping when we didn't see him in posters and stuff that they would be kind of like secret weapons, or maybe they would be those few characters that never really got, for some reason, never got into their personas.
Yeah.
You know, so they have like an espionage story on the side. You know, because Hawkeye, his character has always been a SHIELD agent, and in the comics he's more, you know, super people. He's more metahuman activity inclined.
Right.
But the movies have painted him as really popping here. The movies have painted him as a SHIELD agent who just kind of fell into this stuff.
Yeah.
So let's see him do more SHIELD agency stuff, you know?
Right.
That would have been cool as hell to me.
Yeah.
We're sitting there watching dude just like, you know, sneaking into bunkers, you know, taking pictures as like secret stuff, you know, snuffing out bad guys.
More getting a spy on instead of his superhero stuff.
Yeah, you know, just doing Indian burns, you know, how are we going to extract information, you know, just that would have been interesting to me. And everyone's talking about, we got to get a Black Widow movie. You're going to do a Black Widow movie. That's what I imagine a Black Widow movie would be.
Yes.
We could have gotten a taste of like that kind of secret spy stuff with Hawkeye, because the character's already like, you know, slated, set up for that.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. I think you're exactly right. So
I'm doling out great ideas, man.
Not having him in this was it's just a small thing, but yeah, I was like, I would have cared to see him.
Well, I don't think the Hawkeye fan base extends too far beyond like your particular realm of this table.
Right. I think you're correct as well.
I'm not hating on him either, but yeah.
Anyway.
Now, the Jeremy Renner fan base, however,
is huge. It better be, because that guy's deserved it. Anyway, so this movie, it basically finds...
Lampoon Spring Break.
No, I think it was Senior Trip.
Was it Senior Trip?
Yeah, Senior Trip. Jeremy Renner and Senior Trip.
That's how important it was to me.
Okay, so how does this movie, what makes this movie tick? It's basically Thanos is trying to collect the Infinity Stones, which he's kind of been hinted at over the last X amount of movies.
Yeah, in all the movies, we've gotten a little taste that there's a cosmic force that might be involved in an extinction level event.
Yes, and you might be thinking, like, what do these stones do? What's going to happen if he gets them? Basically, his idea and what makes him such a crazy person in so many people's eyes is that he thinks the only way to save humanity is to basically kill half the population of everything, because that will provide balance to the world, to the universe, essentially. So he gets these
Thanos
stones.
speaks in grandiose terms.
Yes, basically, if he gets a hold of these rings, he can snap his fingers, and half of everything dies, and that will provide more resources for everybody.
I'm like, dude, who are you to say this? You know, now I do like that they changed up his motivation from his motivation in the comics. If anyone's not familiar with his motivation, in the comics, Thanos is in love with death. Yeah. Like literally, not like a guy who likes to kill people. He's literally in love with death. In the Marvel Comics universe, death is personified as a woman, as a female-bodied persona with just like a skull face, but that's actual death. And in the comics, death is like, okay, you want a piece of this? You want to get down? You want to get in? Then okay, impress me.
I need about 3.5 billion people.
Yeah, kill half of the universe, and that's what will get my attention. You know, and Thanos is like, done. I'm like, damn, what?
Yeah, this is actually a little bit better.
You want to talk about high maintenance, yeah.
Yeah. he kills half the population for a one-night stand. Yeah, that would probably put a damper on things.
Sometimes you got to get wet.
Hey, man,
I don't know how ill death is, but now from what I saw, she was bony and dry. But maybe that's just my interpretation.
Wow.
We are going
skeleton
dark
in wax
territories.
paper, yeah.
Okay, but no. So they've definitely changed up the motivation in this picture, and I think that is a strong boon to the storyline, because dude, they've been amping this up for so long that if it just turned out to be it's like, well, you know, this great looming figure has been the proposed doom of all of us. Oh my God, what does he want? He wants to screw
I went to
all this for what do you call it? Are you kidding me?
Should have been in a voiceover too. When you next find the Avengers, Thanos is coming all for a boot. Yeah.
What's too many of those old 1960s?
The voice of God guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
New York, 1962.
We're finding the Avengers, and they're basically still fragmented over the what happened in the last movie.
Yeah,
so they're like the whole Civil War thing. They're still like, they never really have that moment where they all meet and talk about anything. Like there's no point where Thor and Captain America and Iron Man are all like just chilling, like trying to patch things up. Basically through circumstance and necessity, that these three groups of people are kind of all split up, fighting their own battles, trying to take on. And Thanos, in that case, uses that advantage of them not being this one cohesive unit to his advantage, and that's what helps him kind of with his mission.
It's a really innovative storytelling mechanic, because in the comic story you have the teams like thrown together, and then they have to figure out a way to work out of this using their individual strengths. Marvel, the way they've approached this over the years, is letting us know everyone's individual story without making them seem directly as all part of one story. But if you've caught up with all the Marvel movies over the last 10 years, it has been one, not necessarily cohesive story, but one continuous story that made, basically this movie has all of like 2.5 minutes of setup to get to the story, whereas any other movie
doesn't have enough time. You know how it's like, I kept thinking anybody who dislikes this movie, that's your right to dislike it, but it's like, I'm thinking a movie this big, this movie not just like big in terms of like how much money they're spending and like how much they're gonna blow stuff up, but like just in terms of story, like you said, 10 years of story, all these characters and like these serious characters, like to put that together and do into one movie under 3 hours into a cohesive thing that people enjoy is such an incredible task. I have nothing but the most respect for the Russo brothers for even trying to do it.
Okay, now break it down right there, because we all know Joss Whedon did the first Avengers. And I think Age of Ultron too.
No, I think the Russo brothers did that one as well. The Russo brothers did the second. I think they came out and did the second Captain America movie.
Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is still,
and it was really good. So I think that was one of the first movies they directed. Of course, I know the Russo brothers from Community. They were involved in that TV show.
Okay, they're not the ones that did that Saturday morning comic then.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But
that's the Fusco brothers. Never mind.
Yeah. So the Russo brothers from Community, and then they got involved with.
I'm sorry. Okay, the Russo brothers from Community, who now did this major blockbuster.
Exactly.
Movie.
Yeah, I think that's the jump.
Hey. Way to step up then. Good for you. Kudos.
Exactly.
Out of your tax bracket.
Seriously. But yeah, so this is, and basically after they did Captain America, from what I understand, I mean, they kind of got the keys to the rest of the franchise stuff. So
well, Captain America was dope, man, and this was a good follow-up. I do like how in this picture they approached the events of Captain America Civil War and made that, like, it had a lasting effect. It wasn't like, well, you know, off panel they made up, and I was like, no, characters still have beef in this.
Well, it starts out that way, yeah, because we see, you know,
it's like that time Adam stole my shoes, and I was still mad at him the next Geek Down after that.
Yeah, nobody saw us make up off screen.
For real.
But we see Captain America, basically, he gets a phone call from a telephone from Iron Man's phone, and that's how he gets back.
That's a gag they used a couple, well, not a gag. That's a bit they used a couple of times in this, I do notice. And I won't say when else, because that's a spoiler. But that's the thing I realized. This is, y'all did that already.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I see why you're doing it now like this, but it's 2018. Who's using flip phones and, you know, other stuff? Anyway,
it was a flip phone, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was a flip phone. Yeah, funny. That was part of a bit in the previous movies too. And that's okay. This rewarded remembering things, carrying stuff over from the previous pictures. I really dug that.
Maybe he didn't change the phone. Maybe it's the same phone.
All right, wait. So hold up now. Having seen this,
plan.
Who stuck out to you? Who jumped out, made an impression, good or bad, happy or sad?
Doctor Strange's character, because I did not like Doctor Strange the movie.
You hating on Bandersnatch?
I did not.
Cardamom?
I did not. I'm not hating on him. I thought he did fine with the role. I just thought the movie was kind of garbage.
The movie was garbage. Yeah.
So
I like
him in this movie, I thought was great. It kind of made me respect that character a little bit more, and he was certainly brought out a little bit more of the badassery that I was hoping for. So that obviously, Steve Rogers, Chris Evans as that character, I think is one of the best things. I like just the quietness, the sadness to that character. I've always appreciated, where you got a guy named Captain America, could be this gun-ho America type guy, but instead he's kind of like more ashamed of being an American.
America played by Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, it could be that. It could be the whole just right-wing gun nut or something. You know
dude, Chris Evans has really come into that role.
Right.
You know, I admit I was skeptical when, years ago, I was skeptical when he was cast, because
I think everybody was, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's this young guy who plays these kind of like cocky characters, and I knew him from, I could not separate him from.
Well, I thought you were gonna be that cocky guy. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna be that, but instead he brought like a level of integrity to the character that I thought desperately needed. And I'm glad he was there to do it.
Absolutely. Also showed acting chops, man. I mean, I am damn impressed, because it's the character has evolved, and we've seen the evolution of Steve Rogers in the first Captain America picture. Damn, I rewatched a lot of them over the weekend.
Yeah, you did. You did your homework.
I caught Captain America, the first Avenger too, and the evolution of that character from really innocent guy to like he's just coming into this role, and he's really relishing being in this new body, really relishing getting to be the hero now, and also being the serious military guy, to now he is just like I'd buy him as like a grizzled veteran.
Yeah,
and kind of the same as Chris Evans himself. He's a veteran of this movie franchise.
Yep.
You know, this dude has been through the shiz.
Yeah. I also really appreciated Thor in this one too, and this continues from that Ragnarok level where I'm like, okay, I really enjoy this character now. So we kind of carry the mantle a little bit.
I gotta fight you, because my thing with Thor is I liked him at the end of Ragnarok. He was like he acknowledged that, okay, now I'm in the position of power, and now I've got to be the serious ruler. I've seen what's out there. I've seen the real danger. I've faced horrors that no one should face. I've dealt with family. I've dealt with enemy. I've dealt with friend. He's someone who's been through it. And at the start of this, I got that same like cocky SOB from like the first Thor movie. Like this is the dude who this is him like just after he lost the worthiness to carry Mjolnir, you know. And I'm like, that feels like a step back for the character. I've got that about a couple of people. He was the first one that jumped out at me like, well, I think he's not this dick anymore.
Well, I think he deserved kind of being that dick, as you put it, because of what happens at the beginning of the movie, which we probably shouldn't get into fully either, because there's some serious events open this movie that you're going to be like, wow, this movie's. It really sets the tone. Basically, it opens up at the very end of Ragnarok, where they're on the spaceship carrying their people, you know, across the universe, and what happens on that thing will set the tone for the rest of the picture, being like, wow, this is very serious. It's real consequences. It gets pretty dark and pretty heavy. So,
Johnny, as someone who hasn't seen this, I will tell you, they throw you into the thick of it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Head first, my friend.
Into the pudding.
There is no, like, preamble, Thanos' ship is coming up and it's ominous and so on. So it's like, no. This movie starts off, you get intro credits, and then you get rawness.
So Thanos is there right from the start.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And then he is in full force. No Vaseline. Just in.
Big concern of mine is every great superhero movie like
Vaseline, I know.
focuses on a phenomenal villain, right? Like all the great ones kind of boil down to whether or not the villain was well portrayed. Does this one
Blank
have...
Man, Meteor Man, they all had the great comic movies.
Well, the latest Spider-Man, Black Panther, Dark Knight, right? All of them focused on
Punisher,
the villain.
Warzone.
Almost exclusively focused on the villain first, as one of the first things you see on
Mystery
screen.
Man,
Yeah.
Mystery Man.
No, but this is you're right. They a lot of those movies do that. This is, like I said, with Thanos, he is the dominant character of the whole thing, where the other superheroes are kind of split up their times all over the place. Thanos is front and center, and he's the one that he's the storyline that you're following. And so everything is built off of him, and Josh Brolin carries that role so well, I think, and I'm so glad that he's the one selected to do it.
See, now my thing with Josh Brolin is I was afraid we'd see too much of him because he's also going to be Cable in the upcoming Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
So I was afraid that through acting in that one, well, not just that. Well, yes, definitely that. But beyond that, also maybe spreading himself too thin. So maybe he wouldn't be giving his all in this production because he also had like 2 other pictures filming at the same time. You know? So I was worried that we wouldn't get his all. I know what he's capable of as an actor. I'm like, okay, this dude would be dope, except if he's doing all this at once. You know,
he's probably filmed it over a few years, and I think if he's gonna like hype it up for anything, it'd probably be this one. He knows where the money's gonna go. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
It would be too Wong Fu too.
Which I would watch if John Leguizamo comes back. That's it.
I don't know if he still has the legs for it now.
Come on, he does. He looks good. He just did Broadway. He was all right.
All right, hold on. Let's talk about Iron Man real quick. Because everyone was like, Robert Downey Jr. is checking out of these movies. He doesn't care anymore. He's not giving it all. I thought he was like really in your face in like a positive way. The problem with me, from my point of view, is though that this wasn't the place for it. This was a reversion back to the same Diggers. Tom, you agree? You agree? Yeah.
Agree.
Okay, this was the same. Like old school a-hole Tony Stark that we've seen him outgrow.
Yeah.
You know, that we've seen him go beyond, and it feels like they moved him back. Like they retconned.
Well, when the fate of the world is and the universe is kind of
you want to become the biggest jerk you can. I get it.
But you got to be you're the smartest guy in the room, so you got to let people know that too. I think is part of it. And he kind of butts head. This is why I liked Doctor Strange so much, because him and Doctor Strange kind of butt heads a lot, and basically he gets called the douchebag right to his face, and I thought that was great. A great moment.
That was wonderful. It was the battle of the goatees, man.
Battle of the goatees.
All right, so then what do you think of the Guardians in this picture? Guardians of the Galaxy met the Avengers finally.
Man, they were much needed comic relief. And it could have went too far, but like I think Dave Bautista as Drax is one of my favorite characters, and so he delivers a couple good lines. You get teenage Groot this time instead of baby Groot, instead of adult Groot.
Groot's killing me because every time he
does that one line, he's like, "I am Groot," and they're like, "Whoa!" And they thought it was like this weird like.
I gotta learn to speak that language, man.
Yeah, man.
He's saying some foul stuff,
which is apparently they teach it as an elective on Asgard.
Yeah, that too kind of threw me.
Yeah.
Dude,
you speak Groot? Yeah.
But dude, this movie had it was tear jerking. It made me laugh, made me cry. I'm not ashamed to say I shed a couple of manly tears.
There was some heavy sobs. It wasn't from me or my friends who went and saw it. We're a little too tough for that. But there was
it wasn't from me.
There was some women.
It was from the more girly men.
There was some women behind me, and I was like, I wonder how old these girls are. And they were like 40-year-old women, like like deep gasping sobs.
Dare you? I just told you. I sat there and teared up in the movie, and you're like, yeah,
just
well, you know,
wasn't me, bro.
meaning the women cried too. Like, damn.
Just saying, it wasn't me, man.
Hater. All right, Johnny. I promise you, when you see this, all right, you will. There'll be some trickles. All right, just some waterworks. I promise you. I'm promising waterworks.
I think I have a cue. It sounds like I have to watch Thor Ragnarok before I watch this.
Oh, come on, dude. How far behind are you?
That and the Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. I have to watch those two. I think
that's like 4 movies ago. Maybe more.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they came out with 7 in the last 2 months.
Oh, and Ant-Man. I didn't watch that one either.
You son of a...
No, you don't.
Maintain.
You don't need
they
to
keep
that.
releasing so many of them. It's hard to keep track.
Because they're on point, my friend. That's how they get down.
They keep taking they're like, I want your money. I'm like, prove it. I mean, is it worthwhile?
Is it worth? Is
I'm not saying
Adam,
Avengers.
Adam,
I'm saying all
talk to your boy.
I'm just saying all the ones leading up to it. I'm saying all the ones leading up to it. Like we said earlier, Mysterion. What was that dude's name again?
Mysterion?
Magic Man.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Like,
How do you get you're trolling me. That's what's going on.
That's what's going on.
Man, I fell for it too.
The Mystery Machine. No, that's the damn band.
You got me. No, you know what? No, I was upset. I'll give it to you because you actually did get me right there. That's you earned that. You earned that right there. That's respect. You ass. All right, so what was I saying?
I don't know, man. I don't know where we are from here. But you're right. It was emotional. It was happy. It was going all over the place. It's a long movie, and it needed to be. It could have been like another half hour.
Yeah, but dude, you know
that
would
have been a chore, I think, though, a little bit too.
They didn't overplay their hand though. What really got me is now, mind you, Thanos is the villain. Josh Brolin's playing the villain.
Yes.
But every time he talks, like we really see his motivation, dude. A couple of times, and maybe this was just me. I wanted to be on his side.
Yeah.
Like how many movies do you see where the villain wins you over? Now, mind you, I will point out as well. We did say kind of the same thing for Black Panther, but there's like parallels here you can't ignore. Black Panther, Killmonger and Black Panther. We liked what he was saying conceptually. In the actual like enacting of it, we're like, nah, dude, you watch your goddamn mind. But Thanos has like reason behind it. You know, and it's not the same thing like he just wants to put it in depth. This was like he actually has motivation where when he breaks it down, you're like, you know what? Well, goodness, sir.
And the way he justifies it too, like he's not
fall behind your wait, I gotta be on which side? Oh, well then no. I will not die for the cause. But besides that, it's like he almost had some good ideas.
Well, it's like he's the one he's in his mind he's sacrificed more than everybody else.
Yeah.
Too. You know, it's like if you and you see it, it's like, you know what I have to do to get this done. I'm the one who suffered the most.
And you know what? Honestly,
and what gets done, obviously, it's one of the bigger. The thing we're not gonna spoil it or anything like that, but it comes to a conclusion that you're like,
it gets heavy.
Yeah, it gets real heavy, and you're gonna be like, a little concerned and a little confused on where they go from there.
Yeah, but dude, let's talk about him for a second, because I expected this to be like some corny CG animation. I remember back at when we first saw him at like the end of Avengers and stuff, and he looks toward the camera, and everyone was like, "Oh!" It was this like. I mean, back then it looked great. Now it looks cheesy and just plain bad. But the animation on him, it was like this weird animated blue face. Now I really want to point out, like, you see like creases and detail in his face. Did you notice in between those weird, like that weird ball chin he had?
Balchinian? He's a Balchinian.
He's a Balchinian. Even like they had like whiskers animated.
Between
there, like he had the 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, it's like everyone. I think. Here's my theory on the reason they put the sneak peek thing at the extra scene at the very end of the movie.
Tell them why you're mad at him.
Is because there's so many people are working on this movie. They're like, the only way we're gonna get people to see these names is put something at the very end. It's a 20-minute long credit scene every time. There's so many people working on this movie.
The most refreshing pee because I had to go so bad for the last half of this movie, but I could not leave the seat.
So the only way you're going to be able to see all those names, we got to put a little carrot at the end of it. You know what I mean? That we can sit through. That's the only way you're going to.
It was a good one this time, though. They've stepped their game up, because I will say up until this, still my Spider-Man: Homecoming is still my favorite one. Spider-Man: Homecoming had Captain America giving the
PSAs,
of the futility of what was it, like false hope.
Yes,
or something like that.
So you got detention, and that a couple of those lines.
It was good, man. It was all right. I was with it.
Yeah, I was with it too.
All right, so dude, I'm just gonna say it was Avengers Infinity War. I give it an extremely high thumbs up.
Yep.
I enjoyed this movie so damn much.
First weekend
and
worldwide too.
Yeah, it broke records. Records have been broken, yo.
Yeah, it's because movie tickets cost $50 now too. And
what the hell? And Movie Pass is screwing folks now too.
Man.
Yeah, there's another one, Cinema something, that was trying to take up that mantle.
Yeah.
And then Movie Pass sued him like, no, we got this. We're the best option for customers.
I don't know how they have any money. They probably sue him because they don't have any money.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just like, how you gonna take away a good thing?
You're right.
And they're like drug dealers.
Yeah, they are.
So you want a taste, huh? The first taste is free. Or at least
the devil gives it to you as well.
Yeah. That's how they get down.
All right.
Wait, so what? You didn't give your rating, man.
I give it a thumbs up. Yeah.
Absolutely?
Yeah.
All right, 2 thumbs up. It's Avengers Infinity War. Tom, have we sold you?
I'm sold. I'm going to see it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. See, that right there was progress.
I think he made his decision before our review, though, somehow.
No, this was before I was talking to this man before the show. He's over there like, you know what? I don't give a man. Avengers. Marvel can eat it.
I hit Pat with a change my mind.
Yeah.
About Infinity.
One of those. Sitting at the desk with the sign. Right?
Him there with his cup of tea. This book. All right. Okay, now we have been joined by Nonye Brown West.
Hello.
Trying to sneak in all coy and casual like.
And then having trouble with my headphones, so you immediately notice me. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, your ninja skills are a little low.
These might work better. Do you want to try these?
Yeah, if those are screwing with you, give these a shot.
Those might actually fit too. Those are like cup holders onto your face.
I always thought I had a big head, but I just found out I do not.
You air traffic controlling. That's what's going on there. So
there you go.
Your seats are in the front and rear. All right, so Nonye Brown West, thank you for joining us here on the Geek Down.
Yes, hello.
Hey. Hola. All right, now you've never actually been on the show.
I have not been on the show yet, and I'm very upset about it. And
upset? Whose fault is that? All right, it's Black Adam's fault.
It is always.
Nah, I'm kidding. All right, well, no, first of all, welcome. And on this show, we talk politics and amateur lepidoptery. So how do you feel about that? No.
I can talk about both. One of them I actually know about, but the other one I'd just be lying.
Nonye Brown West, butterfly expert. Break it down.
I only know about like one type of butterfly, but I know a lot about politics. I gotta say.
All right, we'll talk about the monarch butterfly.
Better you than me.
Oh, I do know the monarch.
There you go.
Yeah. We can talk all day about that.
Nice. All right, we will not. But good to know. We'll put that in the back pocket for the future. Okay. No, you were actually here to promote an event happening right here in lovely Boston, Mass.
That is correct.
All right, give us the news. What's going on?
Okay, so Potter Prom is happening June 17th and the 21st. I'm playing Hermione, and I'm hosting.
Okay.
How's everybody feel about Black Hermione? You better say the right thing.
There's a Black Annie. There could be a Black Hermione.
Yeah, right? Well, there already is one. They got it. Yeah, they got her. And now I'm playing her. And
although I will point out for anyone just listening to us and not watching the video, Nonye came in a green dress, y'all. Hermione representing Slytherin. What's that about?
Yeah, I've been moving all day. This is my most comfortable dress. I've been moving in heels too because I'm like, my sneakers are
it's raining too.
Okay,
I got these orthopedic heels. I've been rocking them.
I'm sitting on a donut, so it's all right.
I only wear orthopedic heels.
Yo, she's in the heel with like the shoe with the thick heel going on.
Yeah, and it comes to like a little bit of like, but yeah, I'm hosting Potter Prom. I'm gonna be Hermione. This thing, all right. So there's gonna be lots of acrobatics. There's gonna be more circus than there was last year. It's the second year, I believe. Yeah, it's the second year, and basically it's just a burlesque show that is Harry Potter themed, and it's very tastefully done. I know that some people are like, oh, but Harry Potter. That's like a kid's thing, but they're adults at the end. They're adults at the end.
They're old enough.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably. They can get
adults. They have kids at the end of it, so that's when we come in
for that 3-minute scene when they're actually adults. That counts.
And then the Disturbed Child or whatever the new one is called, the play. It should have been called the Disturbed Child.
Right.
That's what I call it with my friends.
Harry Potter and the Juvenile Delinquent. Yes.
Exactly. That's definitely what it should have been called. But yeah, and then it's just gonna be a lot of fun. Like in late May and early June, there's gonna be a riddle release that will guide you to a code, which is gonna be kind of fun. So watch out for that.
Okay, all right. Is this something we have to like follow you on Twitter for? What's going on?
Yes. Well, you could follow me on Twitter, and I'll definitely be promoting it, and that's at that Nonye. That Nonye, but you can also.
Wait, how many Nonyes are there? You got to be that one.
There are a lot, and it's a guy's name that became a chick's name. So I'm named after my uncle, and it used to be a very popular male name, and then around the millennial times, that's what I call them. The millennial times, it started to become more and more of like a female name. You'd see that more in Nigeria. So there are a lot of us.
Julian and no, you get. Women named Felix. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, women named Felix and
name my daughter Felix Adam.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh,
it's your kid.
exactly.
You want to do
Name my son Gaylord Stemple.
Ooh, Gaylord Snapple. Like the. Oh, okay.
G-Stamps.
I was like Snapple.
I'm trying to get sued. This is broadcast live. We're just talking about, no.
Oh, sorry.
Not naming any trademark.
We're not. Nope. I meant Snapple the tree, not the beverage.
I was like, oh, Snapple.
Exactly. That's what we meant. It was all that.
Get
But
sued by Gwyneth Paltrow all of a sudden. It's too close. It's too close. That woman tripping.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I for one, I had to actually miss Potter Prom last year because I had too many shows around it, so I wasn't able to get a ticket because I just wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to be there.
Damn.
I know.
Of
I'm
all
a comedian.
Things, Potter Prom.
I'm
you
a
gonna
stand-up
choose
comedian.
your nephew's bar mitzvah?
Oh
Come
my
on.
goodness. No, I had to choose the shows. When people start throwing money, because as a comedian, you don't always make money.
Yeah, you can't turn down.
Yeah,
you can't turn down the money.
You
Yeah.
can't turn down.
I don't know about that. My good
the
friend
money.
Kevin
Well,
Hart
we got Potter Prom. I got
bought
rent
me
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
My
I
friend
got
Kevin
you.
Hart bought me a judge last week. I think he's doing okay.
Oh, is that a Meek Mill reference? It was. Nobody else got that. I got it. I got it. It's Meek Mill.
It's good to be the only black people in the room, y'all.
Exactly.
Man, I got it. I just didn't.
Oh my god. Okay, so follow Potter Prom on Facebook. Okay, that's how you'll find out, and also follow Boston Burlesque because I'm sure they'll be advertising what the riddle is as well. And then also follow me at that Nonye on Twitter because I'll have the riddle all over the place.
Well, hold up. Now you can't just like throw that out there. Give them like how do they spell at that Nonye?
Okay, it's the word that THAT NONYE.
See, that's what trips everyone out. The N in there. It's NONYE. I was like,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, the real way to say it, so it's part of a longer name. So my full name is Nonye Brown. And if you hear it like that, if you hear that,
like
you can
Gesundheit.
hear the other end, like Nonye Brown. Like you hear the other end. It's like a nasal sound. When you just say the short version, you kind of lose it a little bit. So.
I think you say it with your actual voice. I think you need to affect a proper black scent.
Oh yeah, the Nigerian accent.
Yeah.
Nonye Brown.
There you go.
Yeah. Nonye. There you go.
My name Pat Bordenave. It's not that. Patrice Stefan Bordenave. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's
like
name.
real. Louisiana or
no, Haiti.
Haiti. Okay, so that's the real thing.
Yeah.
The
That's
real
the
Creole.
proper. That's the name
The real
deserving of the
Creole.
necktie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
All right.
cool.
You should hear Black Adam Willis in that Scandinavian.
Deep Scandinavian. Yeah. Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
Oh
Can't remember
god.
that one.
Oh my god. Do you Chris Pine? So when am I? All right. So I'm not gonna give them a plug unless it's okay.
Chris Pine?
No.
I don't think it needs it, but
a local comic. Gary Gallman, he has like an amazing Chris Pine set right now that he's touring with, so you should go see that. It's hilarious.
Hell yeah.
Alive. So shout
Real
out.
good. Yeah, shout out to Gary Gallman. Hilarious Chris Pine material. So niche.
Filling stadiums.
So niche.
So if you're into those good Chris Pine, no, okay.
I heard you're doing Chris Pine tonight. Yeah.
All right. So one thing I have not gotten is where can listeners actually get tickets for Potter
yes,
Prom?
I'm so sorry. So ART, which is part of the Harvard campus, so it's the American Repertory Theater, and it's Oberon. So if you search ART, American Repertory Theater, or if you search Oberon and then Potter Prom, then you'll find it. And it's in the schedule. It's in the calendar.
There can't be too many of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Out there,
I don't know, man. What people find out a lot. People find out there are a lot of folks who like to cross cosplay. So they'll be dressed as like Puck, who himself is cosplaying as Owen from Gargoyles, who then looks like Harry Potter. So right there, you got the glasses on there, and they go like 5-6 levels deep. I know these people; they exist. We've had them on the show, Adam.
Unfortunately, we have, yeah.
We're looking at one right now. I wouldn't put it past Johnny to have like a Harry Potter costume just like in the cut.
Under that shirt,
yeah.
Man, you're wearing he's wearing his Hufflepuff sweater right now, man. There's no getting around that.
I'm Gryffindor, so I'm wearing the wrong colors right now. But I've been sorted into Gryffindor, which I don't believe because I don't think I would save anybody if I was given the chance. I'd just be chilling.
Yeah, having met you, I don't see you saving anybody either.
Nah, it's like I would save them if it was like easy. Like I wouldn't be just.
No, you'd be there with like a snifter of brandy, like, Which on fire?
Yeah, exactly. It's like stop, drop, and roll. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't understand what I'm saying?
Who getting your stuff?
I might roll you around with my hands, but then that's the most that I'll do. Or my feet with my orthopedic heels on.
Yeah, they're long enough, right? You can just poke them.
Exactly.
That Will ready yet? I like that stereo.
Take his shoes.
All right, so it's Potter Prom being co-produced by you and a friend of the show, Jessica Lee Scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do y'all
and
get
Fembones too?
Oh, and Fembones, another one who's been oddly silenced. Bones, hit me up. What's good? I think you owe me money.
What? I did. If you're watching, it's not. I didn't tell him that.
Tell him I ain't got it.
I'm hosting. I'm helping out with the script a little bit. Like I'm writing in my parts. So because something great that they do is they have the host write in what they would naturally say in that situation, which is I think is a great idea because you're going to forget your lines if they're not written in your voice, and that's something that I've learned from stand-up comedy, and that's something that they just know, which is great.
Did you just confess to having someone else write your stand-up routine?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just saying, like when people give you a tag,
growing up a white child in the in Washington States, like
people will try and give you tags on jokes. And if those tags aren't things that you've already thought of, then they're not going to work. Like there's one comedian, I'm going to give him a shout out, I don't care. One comedian, Rob Crean, who he gave me a tag once that is a joke that I was already telling, but I stopped telling. And he's like, oh, it'd be so funny if you said this. I'm like, oh, I already have that joke. He's like, you need to bring it back. So I do that now, and it always does well. And then, but sometimes there are comedians that give you tags and you're like, oh, that's real funny. But it doesn't sound like anything I would say. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Next time you on stage, I want you to say this. All
exactly.
Right. It's like, what's so funny about Pat is the greatest lover in the world? What?
That is funny, though.
Trust me.
I mean, let's be honest.
Actually, that would backfire tremendously. Wow. Okay. I've seen you pushing rope. Like,
can I say this that I've seen you on like 2 dates now? Like I've just like rolled up on you. Like I've been at shows and I've seen you now on 2 dates, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I don't know how to handle myself when I see friends on dates. So I actually have taught myself just to not approach you now when you're on a date. And I don't know if that's the right thing.
Who the hell is that?
No. You can always come up because odds are. We've seen you on stage, so it's like that whole Don Rickles situation with Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, it's an old Hollywood story where Don Rickles was trying to impress a woman by making it known just casually that he knows Frank Sinatra by having Frank come up to them and say, hey, Don, good to see you, and all that stuff, and he introduced him. So it's like you look like the man. Well, Nonye steps off stage and then makes a beeline towards me and my lady friend. It's like, oh my God, I know I had to do this whole, professional career thing, but I had to stop and say to you.
I know, and it's funny because the second time it happened, I actively tried not to do it, but I still ended up doing it.
Well, that was my fault.
I did it quickly though. I didn't do it as badly as I did the first time. The first time, I caused some issues.
No.
Because if you're around me long enough, I'm gonna bring up uncomfortable racial issues.
To be fair, we were kind of like ankle deep there already.
Yeah,
I've never had a comfortable conversation with this woman, including right now.
Damn.
Where we're talking about how Hermione with the teeth. Yeah, I'm struggling not to bring it up because your bridge work is looking all right, but I'm just like.
No, actually, I have messed up teeth. Like, I really do. Nice. Like, I got a crooked front tooth. So, like, in certain pictures, you can see it, but I hide it real well. I like learned how to hide it. I smile real big, so it's like, I like squeeze them together, the teeth, so you can't tell which ones are crooked.
Well,
it's the old teeth
glad,
squeeze. I know what you're doing.
I'm glad we kept it like chill because Tom's been whispering about your teeth in my earphones the whole time.
Wait, Tom, you do like a great Aziz. Are you gonna? I was on another podcast here.
She's gonna smell like cheese.
You did. Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Ron and Leslie, you're gonna kill me.
Oh. That's
so good.
That's inappropriate.
I'm so glad that you remember me.
No, I
do
remember that.
That's disgusting, by the way.
Wow.
That's disgusting. Don't ever do that again.
Apologies.
I did one.
You all can't see it too. He's in brown face right now, so it's extra inappropriate.
No. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You caught me.
His fingies are covered in fake tan.
My fingies. I'm gonna make you a smoothie.
I did a podcast here all about like the Me Too movement, and Aziz came up, and we were all after a while, we
Him
were all
too.
just doing dueling Aziz impressions, which was tasteless.
That's more offensive than the whole
It was
thing.
tasteless. What?
To his face?
No, he wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Aziz showed up to talk about it.
He was like,
It was in the studio.
Yeah, he started commenting on the Facebook Live.
Yeah,
and
he's
was
like, "What is
it's on."
that?"
No, I had
That's
people.
not
His
what I
ears
said.
are burning every time someone does that voice. Yeah.
No, I've had people do that. Apparently, I have a cadence where a couple of friends, when drunk, start doing impressions of me to my face, and I'm just like, "Word."
That's how it is. Huh?
All right, just we'll test those limits.
I'm a swing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Adam's learned since then, though. He doesn't do it anymore.
I'd do it behind your back, yeah, for sure.
He fixed that. He fixed
My
that
face
bass.
in the mirror. Blah, blah, blah.
Adam, hey, my name Pat. How you
If I could
doing?
get my
name
voice that
Pat.
deep, that's just how I would talk.
This is the Geek Down. I want to hear you. I want to hear you try that one day.
Would you open
Just
the show
a
that
deep
way?
voice.
From the diaphragm, my friend.
Oh no! Yeah, that's how it would come out.
You got to speak from your sex. From
I'm
your sex
Patty!
All right.
Welcome to the Geek Down.
It's happening again. We're doing dueling Aziz's. Mine's pretty good, but I'm not in the right voice for it right now.
Okay.
My voice is too deep to be Aziz and Sorry right now.
Oh, dude.
I could believe that. That sounds about right.
Isn't that crazy?
There was a moment on that other
I
show where it just devolved into all three people on the show simultaneously
The worst
doing
is
Aziz's
on his
impressions.
Master of None show, and he's like, Allura. And he did that the whole second
my
season.
God.
Allura. I'm like, oh.
That second season, I gotta say,
It's a good show,
it
but
was-
it's just like...
the first season was kind of trash, but the second season was good.
Yeah.
But if you go back and see the controversy with him now, and then read about the controversy with him now, and then watch it again, creepy.
Creepy. You're right.
You're
right.
just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He was basically admitting that he's a creep. Like the entire
Just
season.
a horrible date.
Yeah, a horrible date and a creep. Like,
Why don't you put your head right here for a minute? It's like, no,
Yeah, it's
don't.
like, oh,
don't
damn.
do it.
Okay, well, on that prestigious
Oh,
note,
sorry.
the show is called Pot of Prom. It's playing that. The show
They're
is called Pot of
adults.
Prom. It's playing right here in lovely Cambridge, Massachusetts, at Oberon, also known as the ART. And where can users get tickets again?
You can get tickets on the Oberon website, which is the American Repertory Theater website. Go to their calendar, type in Potter Prom, and you can find it. Or just follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting it tonight. I'll post the link to the tickets tonight. And also you can find it on Facebook. And it's June 17th and the 21st. So there are 2 dates this year, which is great. I wish that I was able to make it.
I wish I could redo my
Last
prom right
year,
after I went to my first prom, yeah.
Exactly, right?
Seriously. Man, if I could do that again.
Me
Okay.
too. Me too. Can we talk about prom?
No,
stories?
we
All right.
cannot. Yeah, that'll be a longer show. We'll bring you back for that.
All right, cool.
All right, okay. So once again, the show is
I haven't taken my Xanax yet, so we can't do it now.
the show is Pot of Prom at Oberon, but we can't remember the URL. Just Google it.
Seriously.
No, follow Nonye Brown West. You want to tell
I'll
them how to
post
spell
it
it
tonight.
once again?
I'll post it tonight, and then also it's on Facebook. It's on ART. You know the dates. Honestly, if you can't find it yourself, you're not trying. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow,
Judgment.
with the tough love.
Judgment.
All right, real quick. I just want to call out something that's kind of odd, but a pleasant surprise. I just got a text that my mom is watching.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. How you doing? That is
Mom.
That is random, but that's actually a pleasant surprise. Hi.
Good, I'm not going to do my impression of you anymore.
You mother really?
I won't.
Every time. All right. As long as you also put the blackface on, we
Stop.
I immediately fixed my hair as soon as I heard your mom was on. I was like, oh my god.
All right.
This got real serious in
All
here.
right. Maïs Joseph. One me.
All
right. I'm gonna kick it over to just Johnny real quick. He's got a real quick review of
Without Escape.
Without Escape.
So, Without Escape is a point-and-click adventure puzzle horror game where you play as someone inside of a house. You arrive there coming home, I think, from work or something like that, and the house is empty, and apparently your parents were out. They went to go visit your grandmother or something like that, and they live like 2 hours away or something like that, or 200 miles away.
It sounds compelling. In this game, you go visit Nana.
Oh, you're not visiting. So you arrive at your house. Your house is empty. Your parents are gone. So basically, you have the whole house to yourself. So you're like, cool. I have the whole
So you can do
whole
like
house
the
to
risky
yourself.
business. You're sliding in your socks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Risky business, slide across.
Is it like
all-time rock and
Until
roll.
Dawn?
I'm with it.
Is it like that a little bit?
No,
Okay.
it plays a lot like the old school point and click adventures like Myst, where it's just you're provided with one screenshot, essentially a screenshot of part of the house. So you start off in your parents' bedroom because you woke up in the middle of the night because something went bump, and you're trying to figure out like, oh, is there a burglar here? What's going on? You're exploring your own house because you heard a noise that woke you up, and so there's this tense-ish horror-ish. Yeah, this slightly creepy music playing in the background. So you're exploring around. And as you're exploring through the house, you start to slowly, but it's not slowly at all. You just notice like little things that are out of place, like a picture frame is slightly ajar, like it's slightly angled.
Ajar when it should be askew.
Askew. That's it. There, it's askewed, and there's like a random phone number on a desk, so you kind of like click on that, you look at the phone number, and then you navigate through the house, and you'll find a phone. You enter that phone number in there, so it's like
Someone
really.
took a dump, it didn't flush.
Actually, there is
An upper decker you can't flush.
there is a toilet in this game that you do interact with. You do eventually get these pliers that you do have to.
Wait.
Yeah, you actually do have to like fix some pipes, some water pipes.
Okay.
I love chores.
You don't want to know the dark places my head went there. You come up on the toilet with the pliers, like, damn, all right.
But it doesn't.
Seen that movie?
There's nothing executed in this game well at all. So the creepiness vibes, they don't really like try to hide it, or they don't insert jump scares.
Turns out the bad guy is just like a kid in a sheet.
Well, it's like 30 seconds in, you leave your parents' bedroom and you enter the hallway, and the first thing you notice is, oh, that picture has a streak of blood on it. Oh, so this is going to be a horror game.
Wait, how are you all banal about that? If I'm a little kid and I walked out and there's just random blood on my pictures, I'm leaving to catch a bus.
Right,
but you can have the house.
It doesn't
enjoy.
It doesn't phase your character at all. It doesn't phase your character at all. Like you're reading all of this. There's no voice actor or anything like that. So when you click on the picture to zoom in on the blood that's clearly there, the character, the dialogue that pops up doesn't even talk about the blood that's there, and all they're saying is it's their save system, by the way. All they say is like, oh, I feel my thoughts are a little fuzzy. And then it asks you, do you want to save or not? Like it completely.
There goes the blood again.
Yeah, there's
stupid blood.
Yeah, there's blood there, but it doesn't. Your character doesn't react to it whatsoever, other than their thoughts are a little hazy.
All right, so that's okay. What's fun about this gameplay?
All right, so there's essentially no gameplay. All you're really doing is clicking around, trying to find items that go into your inventory, and then when you click around a bunch of other times in different rooms, those items that you have collected will auto-magically solve the puzzle for you, which is...
I'm going to pause you right there. I like your term.
Auto-magically?
Auto-magically.
Yes. because none of these puzzles make any sense at all. You'll find... We're going into like Resident Evil mansion level puzzles here, where they just do not make sense. Well, all right, so there's keys everywhere. I've never seen a house so locked, your own house so locked up, and there's keys everywhere, and you're digging a key out of a plant vase for one odd place of it.
I'm liking it so far.
You get what was it? Lock picks.
There you go.
That come out of a faucet on the bathroom sink.
Wait, no.
Lock picks shoot out of the faucet of the bathroom sink. Like,
okay, you're right. I can't justify that.
It's bananas.
I thought it was talking about like you find like a hairpin on the side of the sink and you can use that as a lockpick. If they're coming out of the faucet,
you turn on the faucet after you fix the pipes with pliers, not a wrench.
Well, you don't fix your pliers with. That's how I make waffles, with pliers.
Yeah.
Nonye, do you keep your lockpicks in the bathroom sink?
No, I do not. I don't even. This sounds terrible. I just want to tell you. It sounds bad. I was like intrigued at first because I like horror. I like horror puzzle games.
Yep.
Those are like my favorite ones to play. But this sounds really bad because if it solves the puzzle for you, what's the point? I don't get that.
Yeah, and the puzzles there are like these like puzzles straight out of the early 90s point-and-click adventures that never made any sense to begin with. So they're bad puzzles, but you don't have to struggle with the badness of the puzzle because it solves it for you. So there's like no thought. All you're really doing is just clicking around an environment enough times to get the item to then allow you to progress even further. And the dialogue throughout this is basic, and there's nothing really worth reading, and there's no real story to interact with other than you're trying to explore where the noise came from in your house.
Well, sounds like a blast. All right, so give us the hard stop, man.
Yeah, this is a very, very easy thumbs down. This game is it's available on itch.io, Steam. You can get it for Windows, maybe the Windows Store. They have it listed as Windows, so I'm not sure. They're selling the game on Steam for $7. Right now, it's 30% off. It doesn't matter if they give it away for free. It's not worth your time.
Wow.
That's what it comes down to. It's just there's nothing artistically interesting about it, so you're not going to get anything out of this other than wasted time.
How many hours of gameplay?
How many? It depends on how quickly you can click. You could definitely beat this in less than an hour, but you're not going to want to because
it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I mean you're better off
on the toilet.
Yeah, just watch something on Netflix or something.
All right. Well, with that happy note, I'm going to turn it over to Black Adam Willis because, my man, you got to attend the Boston
Independent Film Festival.
I'm
yes.
jealous because I was supposed to be there.
You were, and I was looking at the time, and there was no way you were going to make it. But this is my favorite event of the year.
Let me live vicariously through you, sir.
Yes, my favorite event of the year. It's the end of April. It's a week-long Wednesday to Wednesday. And it is a great little film festival right here in Boston that's super accessible for everybody. You can go and buy a ticket. They sell tickets right at the window for people who don't have actual badges, they don't have press credentials or anything like that. And it gives you access to so many of the filmmakers, so many of the writers, so many of the stars.
They open some cool people.
So the opening night film this year was Bo Burnham's film, 8th Grade. Bo Burnham is a stand-up comedian. He's a local guy from Massachusetts, and so his film 8th Grade is about this young girl. The actress is Elsie Fisher, she plays this girl Kayla, and it is about her last week of 8th grade before she goes to high school, and she has no friends, and she's really awkward. She's a pretty young girl, but it's mostly about he was saying he wanted to make a movie about social media and about the internet, and the biggest character in this movie to me was the presence of the internet in these kids' lives, and he said he was going through this kind of depressive state, and he linked it to his time online and saying that was exacerbating his feelings towards being like alienated and things like that. And so he found
fiction, or was this a character study?
This is a character. He basically it's his personality and his feelings in this. He identifies with this 8th grade girl. You know what I mean? Which most people
who doesn't?
But it's just like you can apply it, and like watching the movie myself, like I applied a lot of the feelings I have too to like what this girl's going through. These feelings of like putting yourself out there, but at the same time feeling alone in your personal life, not having friends, but like putting everything out there about making friends. It's about like giving advice and not knowing how to take it. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like that. And so he was actually there as well, and he was talking about the movie. The star was there, and I got to meet up with him afterwards. They always do the opening night party at Orleans Bar. It's a great film festival just for that reason. Like anybody can go who happens to see it can meet these guys, hear what they have to say about the films. Chris Cooper was there. Paul Schrader, the great Paul Schrader, obviously the writer of Taxi Driver, was there with his film yesterday called First Reformed. Another great movie. And so, like I said, just the accessibility that most of them are at the Somerville Theater. They do movies at the Brattle Theater every night. I know on Saturday night they had The Godfathers of Hardcore with Vinny Stigma and Roger Miret from Agnostic Front. They were all there with the movie, and they were taking Q&A and stuff like that. So it's if you're interested in these movies, they have documentaries, narrative features, short films, and most of the times they'll have somebody representing their film there, and it's just great to go kind of rub elbows with these people that are making the art that you really appreciate. And so I've always enjoyed it just for that, and it's like they have whole days of movies on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going tomorrow to see 2 films at the Coolidge, and I'm hoping you can go Wednesday.
Yeah, dude, I didn't get to go before. I'm really anxious to see, the Mr. Rogers documentary.
The Mr. Rogers documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, is the closing film of the festival, and from what I hear too is bring some Kleenex because it's supposed to be incredibly moving movie, a documentary about Mr. Rogers, obviously just a peach of a man.
It's a beautiful day.
Are the puppets in it though? That's what I want to know.
I think they'll probably talk about them though, and I was talking with some people about the movie. I was saying it's just like in these divisive times when everyone has, coming at whatever topic it may be from all these like really radical angles, and people are applying their personal beefs with whatever to everything. It's just to talk about
hashtag Kanye.
Yeah, hashtag that for sure. And so talking about this guy who's just pure. There's in this documentary. There's nothing like. There's no skeletons in the closet. There's no like, oh, and he had a thing for young girls. Oh, like Mr. Rogers was great on screen, but he had a drinking problem. It's like, no, this is just a pure guy who believed in love.
Of him possibly being the Vietnam veteran who was just like this ill military assassin who then decided to like wash his hands of like his hardcore violent history and become this very pleasant children's show host. And
if that would be interesting. It's a little far fetched, but I prefer the guy that just happens to be a naturally sweet man.
It's still just a cool thing to have in the back of the head.
Right? Yeah, it makes you feel better. I know, but like I said, this is.
Let me have this.
No, you won't. I won't give it to you. But yeah, I'll be back next week to tell you what I think about the last few films, as you will about the last doc. But all I can say is every year this is one of the best weeks of the year for me. At the end of April, the sun's out usually. You can walk around the Somerville Theater, go get some food, and go catch a bunch of movies that you really like, and hopefully meet and hear about the movies from the directors or the writers or the stars, or all of them. And it's great. It's a great festival. I met Bo Burnham the first night. Yeah, nice. I took a quick, really awkward selfie. I wanted to, because I'm not good at that. I was gonna hand somebody the phone. He's like, I don't got time. You got to do a selfie. I was like this. Had the weird like claw in the front of my face too. It was like all black. Yeah.
Wait, that's not how you take all your pictures?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I just imagine every time I think of you, an awkward selfie. I don't know what it's Pavlovian.
Because there's enough of them out there. That's probably a lot.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right.
I love everybody.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, thumbs up for the movie Eighth Grade. That was the opening night film. It was everyone's giving John Krasinski all this credit because last year, it was not last year. The year before, John Krasinski's first movie. Yes. Was The Haulers, and that's why I always crap on John Krasinski because he made the movie The Haulers, he directed it, and it is such a hot piece of garbage.
I didn't like A Quiet Place either.
Good.
There are a lot of overly done tropes in it, and it wasn't actually original.
You're breaking Platt's heart.
The only thing original in A Quiet Place, the only thing original in The Quiet Place is that they used sign language and there was a deaf character.
Well, that was the only part to me that was old hat. I remember a TV show that ran called Switched at Birth.
You heard it here first.
Specifically.
Pat is saying all of it was old hat. So don't see.
Stop it. You stop it right now. Shame on you. How dare this has been the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. I want to thank you all for joining us for another action-packed, fun-filled show. You can catch us every Monday night right here on WEMFradio.com. Also, if you heard anything tonight you want to chime in on, hit us up at geekdownradio@gmail.com or just go to the website, geek-down.com, where you find all the information, emails to contact us, social media links. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, iTunes. We are all over the mother. On Twitch. Hopefully you're watching us, but if you weren't, every week we're on twitch.tv/thegeekdown. See our pretty smiling faces and all that good stuff. Also, I want to thank Just Johnny.
Yep.
I want to thank Black and Willis. Yep. I want to thank Nonye Brown West for joining us.
At that Nonye. Noni Fizzle on Instagram. NONEEFIZZ.
Really?
Hashtag. I was going to spell the whole thing.
You should be ashamed of yourself. It's a shameless self. No, I'm kidding. Get it out while you can.
Okay. Noni Fizzle on Instagram. NONEEFIZZLE on Instagram. At that Nonye you've already heard like 3 times. Potter Prom.
Word up. All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir.
All right, and thank you. We'll catch you all right here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, be excellent to each other. Peace.